Um, so talking about the internship, Shawn Levy is one of my favorite directors. I was wondering if you could just talk about working with him.
Totally. He is really nice. Like, he's so cool. Like, you meet him and I mean, his best friends are like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, and you think he's just gonna be this like Hollywood guy, and I don't know. He is in that he is Shawn Levy, and you know his best friends are Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, but he's just a really nice, kind, thoughtful person, and it's really sweet because he's been doing this a long time, but he's like such a family man. He's got 4 daughters, and he's been married for like 20. He's just like he's a person that somehow has figured Hollywood out, and he's able to have this incredible career and make these incredible movies and shows, and then still just like have a lovely family at home that he goes home to. Anyway, I just think he's wonderful, and he's also really allows you to play. Like he's not precious about his work and do it like this, and he's sort of allowed, which is great because Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson sort of just do whatever they want, dialogue-wise, and so he just it makes an environment where you're free to play, and maybe he has some input and some direction, but it's not like his way or the highway.
Do you remember some good pieces of direction he gave you?
One time, there's a scene where we're brainstorming. I guess there's lots of scenes where we're brainstorming, but his note was he came up and gave me a note, he whispered it in my ear, and I was like, this is weird, what's happening right now? And he was like, okay, I want you to do that again, but do it like Vince. Not like Vince's character, like Vince Vaughn. He was like, I was like, what? I'm like, I don't want to offend the guy, and so he was like, just do it like Vince, because I'm telling Vince's character, you guys are screwing this up, whatever. So, and everyone on set had a Vince Vaughn, and an Owen Wilson. Everyone had an impression, but we wouldn't do it to their faces. What am I, crazy? So I was so terrified, because I'm having to do my Vince impression to Vince, in character, saying the dialogue, and so I just really talk really, really fast and use my hands a lot. And I was like, oh God. Vince is gonna get me fired. This is all about me being scared about getting fired. I'm not always that worried about getting fired. There's that day I was but then I was maybe my impression's not even good, accurate enough for him to realize it's about him. Because, yeah, so anyway, that was one piece of direction that really stood out.
What was the reaction from Vince Vaughn?
I don't think there was one. So, maybe it wasn't something. I think everybody else's impressions were much better than mine.